Essar Radio. You, me or hum.
You are listening to Essar Radio. You, me or hum.
We have the power to win the world. Let's go,
Essar Cares, only on Essar Radio.
Hey guys, welcome to Essar Radio. It is time for Essar Cares, a show that's dedicated to Essar Foundation's COVID initiatives. Now, Essar Foundation has some great news for you guys. The first news is that Essar Foundation's one-stop solution for improved menstrual health. That's right. The Sahej app is now available for iOS users. So exciting. So all of you dear iPhone users, please don't forget to download the Sahej app from your Apple store and take advantage of the benefits that the app has in store for you. And to all the gentlemen who are tuned in, please download the app to help all the special women in your life bleed with dignity, safety and pride. Now, I did tell you that there's some amazing news, and it isn't just one little piece of news. Now, here's the second good news that we wanted to bring to you. Essar Foundation launches Trans School, the first e-school for the transgender. Exactly right. Now, given that the COVID pandemic has impacted the livelihoods of the transgender community, Trans School's very first e-session was actually conducted by Dr. Aditi Govitrikar on emotional well-being during times of the pandemic. Community members attended this session in the presence of the well-known transgender rights activist Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi ji. Right from its first step, in Diwali 2018 of inviting members of the transgender community at Essar House, Essar Foundation has really come a long way in upping the ante on its transgender sensitization initiatives. We'll get to know more about this in the upcoming episodes of Essar Cares. So, coming back to Essar Foundation's menstrual hygiene-centric initiatives, members of the team have been going all out in advocating the cause of menstrual hygiene at various national level platforms. DGM CSR Merin John and MH specialist Sumati Joshi, they've represented Essar Foundation at ASSOCHAM's and UNFPA India's Menstrual Hygiene Day special forums, sharing the table with ministers, corporate CSR leads and NGO reps. So kudos to the women. Now, I'm sure you all remember that Essar Foundation had supplied over 500,000 sanitary napkins across the nation while in lockdown, including the state of Kashmir. Remember that? Well, guess what? We're bringing to you some very special guests all the way from the Kashmir Valley. That's coming up in just a bit. Stay tuned to Essar Radio.
You are listening to Essar Radio.
We have the power to win the world. Let's go,
Essar Radio. You, me or hum.
Essar Cares, only on Essar Radio.
On Essar Radio today, it is Essar Cares. That's the special show dedicated to Essar Foundation's COVID initiatives. And it's time now for us to call upon our very special guests from Kashmir's districts of Srinagar, Pulwama and Anantnag. We have with us Sadaf Malik, Mir Qurat and Rahi Sadaf, who are young female volunteers born and bred in the valley. And they're in fact proactively creating awareness on menstruation amongst, the adolescent girls there, combating taboos and also providing sanitary napkins in collaboration with various government and non-government organizations. We welcome the Sheroes of Kashmir who've experienced what the women of Kashmir undergo during their periods, especially during lockdowns and military skirmishes, and are actively pursuing the cause of menstrual hygiene. First up, we'll speak to Sadaf. Sadaf, how is menstruation perceived in the valley? Is it easy for you to have access to sanitary napkins? Tell us how the situation there is.
As we know, Kashmir society is a conservative society, and this is the reason that girls are not comfortable purchasing products from a male chemist. In Kashmir, mostly girls ask their mothers for sanitary napkins. I remember that I read a story in a newspaper related to this incident, that a postgraduate student at a local university attempted to buy the sanitary napkin repeatedly but failed. She almost reached the shop thrice, but she could not buy the pads as a chemist was a male member and a CRPF man was standing there. Due to the continuous strike and restrictions, Kashmiri girls could not buy the products from any shop in the main market.
Well, that really should be the intention, isn't it? To make it as normal and as regular as possible. Now, adolescent girls in Kashmir who've just entered puberty, may not be able to voice their concerns openly. So when a girl of that age runs out of her stock of napkins, what are the problems that she faces and how is it that the society can really help them?
Most of the girls then tend to look for other options, like most of the girls choose a piece of cloth instead of sanitary pads because they are too shy to approach a chemist. This discomfort arises from the fact that we don't talk about it from a young age. We have to talk about menstruation not only to girls, we have to talk about it with boys as well, so that it is normalized in the society. Once you normalize a thing, it becomes easy for both the genders to deal with it in a healthy and proper way, because eventually this is a normal process. It is a part of growing up. It is part of life itself. So it is important. Parents need to discuss periods with their sons as well as their daughters. Their daughters because they need to be aware about their bodies. Their sons because they need to be made aware this is normal and this is not something which is icky or not good. It is something very normal, and it is one of the beautiful processes of a girl's life.
Again, I think that is something that we've seen across, right, in our experience as well. Rahi, now, do you know mothers have a role to play in destigmatizing menstruation? What are your thoughts?
Young girls get to know about the menstruation either from their mothers, sisters, or from their friends. The key is to talking about the issue. A comprehensive health education program involving mothers is required to remove various misconceptions and taboos associated with menstruation and make it a pleasant experience for their girls.
Well, we will continue our conversations here on SR Radio today, and the Sheroes of Kashmir are going to be with us. Stay tuned.
This is SR Radio.
Let's go. We have the power to win the world. Let's go.
SR Radio. You, me, or hum.
SR Cares, only on SR Radio.
On SR Radio, you're with me, Cyprian, as we continue our conversations with the Sheroes, really, speaking of Kashmir and menstruation and the taboo around it in the Kashmir Valley. We've got three of our guests on the show today. We've got Sadaf Malik, Mir Qurat, and Rahi Sadaf, who are all young female volunteers, who are locals, and they're proactively creating awareness on menstruation, talking about, sanitary napkins, helping them provide those as well in collaboration with various government and non-government organizations. Mir, we are aware that all three of you have trekked for kilometers to deliver sanitary napkins provided by SR Foundation at the doorsteps of many, many girls who couldn't have access to a napkin. Tell us a little more about that.
Essar Foundation came up with this wonderful initiative of helping women during these tough times of COVID-19 by providing them with sanitary napkins, especially those from the lower income families. In Kashmir, Essar Foundation distributed menstrual pads in district Srinagar, Pulwama, Anantnag and Budgam. Essar's generous donations have been greatly appreciated by the community as a whole. Essar Foundation's Sahej initiative have helped hundreds of young women maintain better period hygiene.
And that's absolutely wonderful to know. Now, Rahi, COVID is really a double whammy for Kashmir, given the military tensions further leading to extended lockdowns. Tell us how Essar Foundation has helped.
We are very glad that SR Foundation took an initiative to help women of Kashmir, covering 3 districts, Pulwama, Srinagar and Anantnag, by providing emergency COVID relief in the form of sanitary napkins to the most vulnerable communities. Where women couldn't afford to buy sanitary napkins, in the recent lockdown, SR Foundation reached the remotest villages of South Kashmir in district Pulwama and Anantnag. This initiative didn't only help in providing female hygiene products, but also help in generating awareness among the girls and women of the respective communities related to menstrual health and hygiene.
Rahi, what do you think of the Sahej app? Do you think the app is going to help the adolescent girls of Kashmir understand the biological changes that they undergo during puberty?
Sahej app generates awareness to adolescent girls to maintain menstrual health by the use of hygiene products. I recently downloaded this app and found this app very useful because this app has answered to every question related to menstruation. Adolescent girls benefit the most because it answers to their basic questions like what is menstruation, what should be done, what is sanitary napkin, how to use it.
Now, we have a village sarpanch who trekked along with the girls in ensuring that the women of Kashmir menstruate with safety and dignity. Here's what he had to say.
एसआर फाउंडेशन ने हमारी बहने माओं को कुछ किटें तकसीम की और मदद की और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि इंशाल्लाह ये आगे भी एसआर फाउंडेशन हमारी और भी मदद करेगी.
Well, it has been really good to, speak to the sheroes of Kashmir and really find out how SR Foundation has worked with them in ensuring that women menstruate with dignity and, that they have access to the very basics. It's time to wrap up yet another inspiring episode of SR Cares, an endeavor of bringing the voices of grassroots at your fingertips. Kudos to the sheroes of Kashmir who are selflessly helping thousands of Kashmiri women against all odds. Now, it's been a pleasure chatting with the girls, and we are going to say goodbye to you right now, but we'll be back very soon with more on SR Cares. For now, this is Supriya saying take care, and I'll see you soon on SR Radio.
SR Radio. You, me, or hum.